Okay. Okay, boys and girls. So we're going to move on to math. And this is lesson 94 today, two-step word problems. And basically, we have been practicing two-step word problems that involve finding total costs and taxes and change back. And starting with this lesson, we are going to practice other kinds of two-step word problems. It's really important, and I know I've said this over and over this year. Draw pictures, draw diagrams, charts, whatever it takes, because we all learn differently to solve these problems. Okay, take your time and do your best. So it's really important when you start these problems that you focus on the important information in the word problems. And remember, I told you when I was little, I did not like word problems. And so you have to find the way that you can solve these that's easiest for you. So I'm going to show you what I would do in the classroom with you. And then if you have a different way to solve them, that's great. Just as long as you don't try to tackle these problems and just start adding numbers together or subtracting numbers, because that's not how it's going to work. There are multi-steps to these problems. So on page 437, example 1 says Jim is 5 years older than Allie. Allie is 2 years younger than Blanca, and Blanca is 9 years old. How old is Jim? When I was little, oh my goodness, that would send me to the moon. But now that I look at this, you have to go back and say, what are the definites that they give me? Well, one is that Blanca is 9 years old, and just to save time, I'm going to use their first initial. So Blanca is 9 years old, okay, and then it says Allie is 2 years younger than Blanca. So if we know that Blanca's 9 years old and Allie's 2 years younger, what do we have to do? We have to subtract. So what's 9 minus 2? Everybody? 7. Okay. And then it says Jim is 5 years older than Allie. And so we have to use Allie's age to calculate Jim's age. So if Jim is 5 years older than Allie, what are we going to do? We're going to add 5 to Allie. Okay. So there's Jim plus 5. So Jim is how old? Did you say 12? I'm sure you did, because the answer's in the book. I know you guys. All right, so turning to page 438. Carlos paid 5 pounds of apples with a $10 bill. He got back $6. What was the cost of each pound of apples? Don't start adding numbers and subtracting numbers. Focus on the givens, what they gave you that you need to work with. Okay, so what did they give you that you have to work with? Okay, you all stop talking amongst yourselves. Pay attention to Mrs. Rice. I've got to make it feel like we're in the classroom. Sorry, just kidding. All right, I do miss getting on to you kids. All right, we begin by finding how much all 5 pounds of apples cost. If he paid with a $10 bill and got $6 back, I know you guys are Einsteins. You already know that all 5 pounds must have cost $4. So we took the $10 that he paid with, he got $6 back, and this is easy peasy for you guys because you're doing long division now, but Saxon is easing you into these multi-step problems. So $10 got $6 back, all 5 pounds must have cost $4. So now we have to break it down, because the question is not how much did all 5 pounds cost. It asked what was the cost of each pound. Okay, so since all 5 pounds cost $4, what are we going to do with that? Zoe, you're not ready. Tessa. All right, everybody just answer together. You're going to divide, right? Okay. All right, sit down, pay attention.
This is so goofy.
I know it's goofy, but I miss being in the classroom.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It's fun.
Okay, so $5. All right, so now don't forget to start with your labels, all of your important information. And we know that we cannot divide 4 by 5. So we're going to go ahead and just put a 0 up there and be done with it. So we're dividing 40 by 5. And we know that 5 times, you got it, 8 is 40. 8 times 5, remember, divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, start over, okay? So 8 times 5 is 40. We're going to subtract. We've got 40 minus 40 is 0. Bring down. What is 0 divided by 5? 0. 0 times 5 is 0. We have no remainder. Okay? So now, each pound of apples cost 80 cents. Alrighty? At this point in the game, I would say, boys and girls, does anyone have any questions? And you'd be like, no, we know how to do this. And I'd be like, okay. So let's work on practice set A. If you did this before you did the assignment this morning, good for you. But if you haven't done the assignment, this will be a good little way to help practice. So using what we just did, practice set A says Nancy paid for 4 pounds of peaches with a $5 bill. She got back $3. What was the cost of each pound of peaches? The hint, first find the cost of 4 pounds of peaches. So if she got back, or if she paid with $5, she got back $2. No, she got back $3. I just gave you the answer. Leave it to Mrs. Rice. Okay, so we have to figure out what N is. And you guys are already a step ahead of me. I know that. You know that this is going to be $2, right? So now since we have $2, what are we going to do with $2 and 4 pounds? What did we do with the last problem? We divided. Okay, oops. And we're dividing by 4. Make sure you get your decimal and your dollar sign. Again, we don't need to divide 2 by 4, but we do need to show that we have $0. So you have to put your 0 up there. 20 divided by 4 is 5. I know you're saying, we know how to do this, Mrs. Rice, but still, it's good practice. 5 times 4 is 20. Bring down your 0. 0 divided by 4 is 0. 0 times 4 is 0. Okie doke. Does it make sense? All right, I like the next one. If you did this on paper already, check your answer. If you didn't, I want you to start doing the practice set problems each day. You could do them the night before because I'll work through the practice set problems with you each day and you can check your work, okay? All right, B. The perimeter of this square is 12 inches. What is the area of this square? First, you need to find the length of each side. Okay, so the perimeter means what? The distance all the way around the square. So if you add up these measurements, they should come to 12. The perimeter is 12 inches. Okay. How many sides are there, boys and girls? There are 4 sides, so 12. I know this is easy, but just humor me. I want to be in the classroom. Okay, 12 divided by 4 is 3. That means each of these sides is 3 inches. Are you with me? Yes? No? You can pause me if you need to go get some water or anything and just come back. Okay, so the perimeter is 12 inches, 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, or 3 times 4. We have to come up with the area, and we've learned that the area is equal to the length times the width, right? So we have 3 inches times 3 inches equals 9. What's our label? Everybody say it. Square inches. Okay? You got it? Does it make sense? All right. minutes. And again, guys, if you have any questions, just send me an email and I will get back to you. If you get stuck on a problem, mom and dad are busy, just put a little star by that problem, send me an email, and then I'll help you out. Okie doke. Last one. Robert is 10 years younger than John. It's another one of those. And John is 2 years older than Jenny. If Robert is 13 years old, how old is Jenny? Okay, so we know Robert is 13. And we know that he's 10 years younger than John. So that means we have to do what to this? If Robert's 13, he's 10 years younger. We have to add 10 to tell us how old John is. So John's 23 years old. Then it says John is 2 years older than Jenny. So if, oh goodness, we have John. They gave us 2 J's. What are the odds? Okay, Jenny. If John is 23 years old and he's 2 years older than Jenny, that makes Jenny what? Got to subtract 21. She's 21 years old. All right. Okay. So again, if you have questions on this lesson, let me know. And I will give you all the help I can. All right. We will go on to grammar in just a couple of minutes.